I mean, there's obviously more to red side picks. That's the ability to get the two picker. I mentioned it here. It's crazy. This is the first time it's come up, but 1 year has passed since GUMAYUSI first stepped onto the Rift here for T1.
Worlds. Will it be Life Esports with a huge comeback? Morgan on one of his most iconic picks. Or will it be T1, who have dropped the last couple of games, but they know we'll do it better this time. I know a lot of other teams would lose 2 games in a row with a very similar draft, the same draft, in fact, and they would change something. Now, we did get Aphelios instead of Ezreal, but that would be interesting.
Like a Gnar hop or like a Fizz hop, kind of.
You actually have to like play around it, like it's a 6th gun, so it makes it a little bit harder to get, right? Because more guns.
Let's not give them any ideas.
No, let's fail that.
Hey, look, this happens the exact same way where Morgan hides in the bush, hopes that CANNA walks into it. Irelia games where CANNA was looking for solo kills. It was just not acceptable as Willer is going to once again go for the skank timing.
Take a look at this. They're looking for GUMAYUSI on the backside. They get the flash out. Willer's still here. He's still zoning him out of a lot of XP and gold. And there was a ward placed by Morgan in the river. He knows where ONER is, and he knows he's safe under the turret himself. So
as ONER is actually going to invade here.
They know he's here. And here comes Willer. He's going to land that stun. Well, he tried to, but here comes Morgan now. They saw him into the jungle, and ONER's going to get punished.
So greedy, and he uses his abilities, has to flash after he's seen there, and CHOVY has prio.
I really loved that ward from Morgan on the top side. It's now flash engaged, but ONER is here. It's a 3-on-3, but the damage on the Guma is maybe too much. They get the kill, trade it back for the Alistar, and now the TP coming in. Faker's level 5, but the damage is still going to be enough. A double kill will be given over to ONER, as now KERIA looking for a little bit more. As DEFT is up against 3 low health members, but doesn't have a lot of mana. Will be able to push them away at least.
As soon as possible, DEFT is able to deflect this.
But
this is the spot. He's like, let's go, 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 go,
잠깐. 가자! 어딜 들어와? 저 와드. 저 와드 뭐야?
Morgan.
와드 누구 거야 이거?
Like, what is he doing? Whose jungle is that? Who's that word down there?
It was him. Spoiler.
And then this happens where VSTA makes a really proactive play. And this is actually a great place to fight this Viego in the early game. If you can get that single pick, the resets are so powerful. But Faker's teleport is well timed. I'm trading it back, but it's great to see Morgan actually having a lot of fun in this extremely stressful situation
At this point in the game. And Guma was able to get a nice push off, which means he will come up here a little bit before DEFT. It means that T1 as a team can actually get in onto this objective. Willer gonna have to heartbreak over the wall. Now won't have that for the fight. Here comes Morgan, the dominance procced, and DEFT looking for a little bit more. The Chains of Corruption come in, but just traded for the cleanse, and T1 to get away with the Rift Herald once again.
Morgan zoned out here too, unable to really get value out of that dominance. And you mentioned, the positional dimension, but teleport coming through here from CHOVY.
Yeah, this is CHOVY, and even Willer's here as well. The flash available for CANNA, but this is an Orianna. You're not getting away from this one, and down will go CANNA. As once again, CHOVY with a game-breaking teleport on the top side, looking to maybe get more plates in this Aphelios.
Hey, this is a really aggressive move here from ONER. Once again, teleport coming through.
Yeah, teleport is in here, as now KERIA going very deep into the enemy jungle by himself here. The Aftershock is gone, and that's going to be a stopwatch that will save his life, but only for just a moment. The Slicing Maelstrom is not going to do enough. It's actually ONER that takes down CHOVY. That is the biggest part of this fight, as now DEFT is all alone on the backside here. ONER looking for a little bit more, as Willer is Viego, but also Aphelios.
But also extremely fed.
And able to just get a bunch of kills on the top side and back.
Cut off. And remember, this is a scenario in which Life Esports have a hidden VSTA card. A little bit of a trade in the mid lane. But this teleport that comes through here from the cannon could have been quite winning, except that DEFT instantly roots him and then bursts him down to half health. And with KERIA completely zoned out here and down to low health, by the time the Slicing Maelstrom comes out, the fight is already won here. And You can't even really fault KANNA for the decision to teleport in, because if he hits that slicing maelstrom, that is such an easy fight, but the route was perfect from DEFT.
Yeah, and I was watching the bottom side of the map, or the fight rather, where ONER was getting the kill onto CHOVY. That position here, trying to use Faker and his poking potential to keep CHOVY, DEFT, and VSTA out of the left side of the fight. This is the Infernal Drake, so both teams looking to get it. Big chain of corruption once again, and look at that! Willard just walks in and steals it! Amazing that he's able to get that smite down, but here we go! The slicing maelstrom is pretty huge, but it's not quite enough damage as a big shockwave follow-up. Willard looking for the fight on the backside, and there it is! DEFT is able to land that piercing arrow into the super weak, squishy underbelly of T1 that had taken so much damage in the fight. Guma trying to get the root down. He will get the one. More pokes are coming out, and CHOVY's trying to 1v3. Don't necessarily have to do that. You
Gold on CHOVY this time for the late game. So if you just let this one go with the disadvantage you have in terms of positioning, you're really giving T1 the keys to the mid game. But this is an amazing steal coming through from Willard. They also are looking to steal it with DEFT. And then look at this follow-up engage from VSTA. Then he flashes out. So fantastic. He lives so long here. And yes, he does die. And unfortunately, Willard does do this into the stopwatches here. But once the stopwatches expire, he's still able to come in there and get those resets.
Stopwatch wasn't in the game. Life crushed this fight. Like,
more of the stopwatch propaganda coming through from Valdez, but you're right.
We gotta get rid of that one.
I mean, without it, this is such a decisive moment for them. The positioning of Willard on the flank there, on gold, but they're keeping the tempo, again, alive here. Don't want to give T1 too Drake.
Oh, KERIA, but instant flash comes in from DEFT. The chains of corruption, and KERIA, he's just
on the wrong side of this fight.
He's going the wrong way. He's like, oh, I thought we were blue side. We were blue side for 5 games, and now ONER's super deep in there, and the damage comes out from Willard, and this gigantic Viego is on the chase. He's looking for more. You got Mr. 200 years on the opposite side. GUMAYUSI trying to make it go, but VSTA gets it going, and Faker is trying to 1v4 now, and he will be able to. He's creating the front line for GUMAYUSI on the Aphelios, and he's going to keep this fight alive.
CHOVY's just barely going to get out of here. It looks like Faker still doesn't have his dash.
He'll have it.
There it is.
Yep. No dissonance, no mana here. He's got a crab rave, but he doesn't have a life anymore. Faker takes it.
This is really huge. E1 winning that last exchange is what really decides this, as this is KERIA's big hard engage in. And look at the chains connecting here for DEFT so that the follow-up isn't there.
Man, I did not see that blast plan auto.
Yeah.
That's why KERIA was in the wolves. I'm like, what are you doing?
And, I mean,
it all makes sense now.
DEFT also denied them from rotating back in. I mean, Aphelios does a ton of damage. The choke point control here for T1 is massive. VSTA has been making so many impressive plays, and if his team is healthier, if this is a more even trade, it's fantastic. Like, I'm ready. If I actually got to choose an MVP, and if VSTA, Unlike Esports won this 5th game, 100% I vote for VSTA. His consistency across all 5 games is just look at him go.
He's calling for Aphelios the whole way.
Insane. The Faker turns this on its head as soon as he pulls out that Emperor's Divide. Still has his stopwatch available with the Zonia's up, so he's very happy to continue to chase forward there.
Earlier on. Here's CHOVY again, and you know what?
Faker greedy.
Yeah. VSTA around the back here. He does have his flash, but VSTA's just like, no, I know you have flash. We'll just wait for that. Doesn't even bother to use it. And that kill goes into the pocket. Friggin, by the way, he teleported to the top lane for, I'm really not sure what reason. Maybe he thought he was getting dove and he wanted to escape. That's my best bet. As now we're trying to get on top of GUMAYUSI here, and DEFT is just going to die. VSTA extends so deep, and GUMAYUSI just laughs at him, and this might just be the way the game ends. Faker's going to survive. GUMAYUSI will as well. And Willard's all alone up against ONER. He's trying to get resets, but down he will go. And now T1 might have just broken the game and taken it for themselves.
Yeah, there's an inhibitor turret down. They can just push mid here. Huge, huge overextension, and that might just be how this best of 5 ends. As you say, 30 seconds on CHOVY and Willard. DEFT's up in 14. He's the one to get picked before it all. Morgan has to buy time here. There is a wave coming through for OnLife Esports.
And Morgan on the Renekton,
See what he can do.
trying to clear the wave. He has the Gore Drinker, and he will stay alive. And we got respawns coming in here, but
Vista just
the
dies.
call is to just take down the Nexus, and it looks like T1 will, in fact, secure the third place seed from the LCK. It was a hard-fought battle, and Homolife gave them an insane challenge tonight. The T1 were able to get the job done in the end. What a crazy back-and-forth series. I really had a ton of fun watching this one go the distance.
T1 will be your third seed here from the LCK, and it's an anticlimactic end to what was a really awesome turnaround for Hanwha Life Esports, not only in this series.
Solo lane'ler biraz
Aside the petty grievances that have
Hanwha Life Esports,
And Morgan on the Renekton,
see what he can do.
trying to clear the wave. He has the Gore Drinker, and he will stay alive. And we got respawns coming in here, but
Vista just
the
dies.
call is to just take down the Nexus, and it looks like T1 will, in fact, secure the third place seed from the LCK. It was a hard-fought battle, and Homolife gave them an insane challenge tonight.